got me, you got mom, got all the things that you've become. Me, you got mom, got a loving home where you're from. You got me, you got mom, so love your family, you only get one, only get one. Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone, maybe it's not too long until you rest your head and get some sleep. Try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, tonight.
Hey there, folks. Adam here going live. Tornado warning in Alberta at the moment, so we figured probably a good time to go live with this currently happening. This is northeast of Drumheller. We saw the rotation down here by Victor a few frames ago. Let me show you what we're looking at here. It looked quite intense, actually. We posted a rotation notification, as you can see here, on Instant Weather Pro. Rotation detected. On the storm near Victor, tracking to the east-northeast at 5:12, and shortly thereafter, Environment Canada issued a tornado warning for that same storm. So you can see the rotation was starting to develop. That's what we thought was probably a good idea to post that, and then it got really strong in the next frame here, southeast of Victor, or pretty close to Victor, Dowling Lake, tracking to the northeast here. Let's go through the frames here. It got a little bit messy on that frame right there. Definitely a solid hail core on here as well. And we did have quite a few reports in the Edmonton area of quite a robust funnel cloud earlier that may or may not have touched down. We don't have any video or photos of it on the ground, but if you do, please let us know. You can always post those to our Facebook group, Alberta Storm Reports, as well. That is a good place to be able to share your reports and see the reports from community members as well. Let us know in the comments where you are coming from. Isabel says there's been like 4 funnels now. Yeah, there was a lot of funnel reports for sure. Some of them may have been the same funnel, but there's quite a few of them. This developing supercell continues to track towards Dowling Lake. It seems to be moving slowly but surely to the northeast. And it's got quite the hail core on it near Victor here. 69 dBz, as you can see at the top right of the screen there. Yeah, that is looking pretty strong. Now, we also want to take a look at Saskatchewan as well, too, because that's why we did go live there. Also, there is a severe thunderstorm warning southwest of Red Deer as well here for that particular storm. Doesn't look as potent as what we're seeing here inside of the tornado watch and tornado warning. But we are seeing severe thunderstorm warnings here in a few different places. And we do have an experimental product called IW Storm Risk, and it does show a 6% tornado risk on this particular storm down here near Cabri. Is that how you pronounce it? C-A-B-R-I. Cabri. And it's quite a potent little storm. Not seeing anything super strong as far as rotation is concerned yet, but the hail core in this thing is a beast. talking about 71.5 dBz. So a lot, a very strong hail core at the minimum we're seeing here. So these particular severe thunderstorm warnings are southwest of Saskatoon. I did see some data, I believe, I can go double check it, but I'm pretty sure, let me just actually look at it right now in the background. I did see hail reaching 3.6, estimated 3.62 centimeter hail data in Saskatchewan. So some pretty darn big hail we are dealing with at the moment. Pretty nasty storms for sure. Let's take a look at the CSBE radar, see if it can give us a different perspective on it. With Instant Weather Pro, we're able to swipe back and forth between rain and hail and wind. So you can kind of see what the wind looks like versus what the precipitation looks like on these particular storms, which is a pretty useful tool when it comes to tracking these as well. Storm southeast of Medicine Hat with a little bit of a hail core on it. Nothing too substantial down there as far as the winds are concerned, at least based on radar. But yeah, but these storms that are tracking, let me animate this actually for you. I'll back this up a little bit and hit play. And so you can see they're all kind of tracking to the east, northeast with this system right now. Environment Canada being pretty proactive. When they saw that first frame, it was basically at the same time we posted the rotation update that they issued a tornado watch for this part here, east of Red Deer, northeast of Calgary, barely including, actually it doesn't at all, include Drumheller. It's just outside of Drumheller, but areas basically northeast of Drumheller all the way to the Saskatchewan border are under a tornado watch now, mainly because of this supercell. I'm assuming that's pretty much the storm in the area that has potential here. And as you could see a couple of frames ago, when we said rotation detected and then the frame after, both of those looked astonishingly strong in velocity. And so it makes sense that Environment Canada went with a tornado warning on that one. I don't know if they had any reports on it. Let me just see here. So they issued it at 5:21. Are tracking a severe thunderstorm that is possibly producing a tornado. The storm is located 15 kilometers north of Adelia and is moving east at 30 kilometers an hour. Thankfully, they're not moving too fast. 30 kilometers an hour is not that fast. Obviously, storms have in the past moved a lot faster, but let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing about a particular report. So pretty much radar indicated is what I'm assuming that was. The tornado watch details. Severe thunderstorms have developed over central Alberta and are moving to the northeast. Some of these thunderstorms have the potential to produce a tornado. The greatest risk for tornadoes will be before 8 p.m. local time. Any tornado that develops will likely be brief, but still capable of property damage. This tornado risk will diminish by sunset. This is a dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation. Be prepared for severe weather. Take cover immediately if threatening weather approaches. In the event of a tornado or if a tornado warning is issued for your area, it is recommended you take the following actions. Go indoors to a room on the lowest floor, away from outside walls and windows, such as a basement, bathroom, stairwell, or interior closet. Leave mobile homes, vehicles, tents, trailers, and other temporary or freestanding shelter, and move to a strong building if you can. As a last resort, lie in a low spot or protect your head from flying debris. As a last resort. So, there's a lot of discussion around that. Should you get out of your car when there's flying debris and go lay in a ditch? If it's a strong enough tornado, it could throw your car. So that's the flying debris kills the most people. So it's kind of a toss up there. Yeah, flying debris is quite dangerous. So you want to your car protects you from that to some degree. But if it's a big violent tornado and it's going to throw your car, that's when you abandon your vehicle, right? But that's a tricky decision for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Just going through the comments here. Let me see here. Is Calgary affected? I do not believe so. We could actually bring up some of the funnel cloud photos we had shared to Alberta storm reports earlier this evening. Let's see here. Oh, Brendan's going to scroll down. Thank you, Brendan. Appreciate it. He's going to scroll down and try to find some of them. There's some. Whoa, that hail report is ridiculous. Where is that from? Let's see here. South of Victor on the tornado warned storm. Wow, that is ridiculously large hail there on that particular storm. Actually, Brendan, can you go back up to that? I just want to take a screenshot of that before you scroll away. Pretty, please. Wow, that is intense. Thank you. Yeah, so That's not great. Hopefully everybody's staying safe with these storms. They look pretty intense at this point in time. Oh boy, it looks like maybe that super strong rotation though that we did see. Oh yeah, there's, I mean, that thing's pretty close to the ground. If you look at that video to my right, that thing, if that's not on the ground, I would be shocked if that wasn't on the ground. Because it is real close to the surface. You can't see for sure that it's on the ground, but it is hugging the surface at that point in time. So it's looking pretty intense. Pretty intense for sure. Wow. Let's see here. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get my Facebook going in the background. Oh, okay, Brennan, my bad. Okay, let's see here. 8 minutes ago, there was a severe thunderstorm warning issued for Edmonton. I think that was 8 minutes ago, unless I have to refresh here. I believe it was. Yeah, 9 minutes ago now. Okay. Let me see. Thank you, Patricia. Appreciate that. Okay. By the way, I'm in our Discord if you need to chat with me. I got the headphones in. Let's see here. So yeah, let's go back to the map here. As you can see, there we go. On Instant Weather Pro, you can see that there was that severe thunderstorm warning issued for Edmonton. Seeing some hail in the Edmonton area as well right now. Definitely developing here down by Sherwood Industrial Estates at the moment. Let me swipe back and forth. Not seeing anything too strong from the winds, but I think the hail is mainly probably what this is being issued for. Let me just click on the severe thunderstorm warning. Nickel-size hail and heavy rain. Strong wind gusts up to nickel-size hail and heavy rain is what the severe thunderstorm warning is for. Over the northeast suburbs of Edmonton, slowly to the east, heavy rain may cause flash flooding as well. And yeah, that's what that severe thunderstorm was issued for. As you can see, our polygon from earlier, which is where the, I don't know if that polygon, oh, that polygon has been deleted, so that should be updated soon. But that polygon is where we had the funnel cloud reports from, in kind of in that area northwest of Edmonton. And yeah, again, we hope they didn't touch down, but if they did, we hope everybody stayed safe. I don't like the look of this. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the look of this right now. Let me just see what it looks like from the other radar. Hold on a second here. I'm seeing, it looks like a little bit of rotation southwest of Red Deer, near Doane, near Bowden. This looks like a little bit of rotation right here near Innisfail, right in the center of that storm. Let me see what it looks like from the Strathmore radar on that same storm. It does not look as organized from the Strathmore radar, which I believe would be the closer radar in this situation. Yeah, because he's quite a distance from Carvel, and then quite a short jaunt here from the Strathmore radar. So, but there is that. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's a little distant from the precipitation. So that looks kind of interesting. Maybe a little bit of upper level rotation near Innisfail right now on that particular storm. Looks definitely stronger from the further away radar, but the further away radar is going to be looking much higher up into the storm. So it's a little deceiving as far as the radar data is concerned when you're looking from that distance. But things get pretty windy in Innisfail potentially. 1 second here. Okay. I've got that. Okay. Yes. So I just want to keep an eye still on the tornado warned storm, still under a tornado warning from what I could tell. Big time hail. We're definitely dealing with some big time hail that went through Victor, Alberta, and is tracking to the east, heading towards 855 and heading towards Comet at the moment, and Scapa, those areas near Dowling Lake. This is a huge hail core. As you saw some of the hail reports we saw there, that is producing some big time hail, which is certainly going to be a problem for those in the path. Oh, we're starting to see some reports now. 52 millimeter and larger hail in the storm near Stonelaw, says Ben on Twitter. He's measured it out. So that's 5 centimeter hail. Wow. Wow. Okay. That is some big time hail. 52 millimeters. Wow. Holy. Okay. And that is on that same storm. Yeah, because Stonelaw's right up here, right? So, yeah. Holy. That is some big time hail on that storm. Wow. Okay, so hopefully everybody's staying safe in the path of that one. Continue to watch it. We're going to go take a look at Saskatchewan in just a second. I just wanted to take a peek one more time at Edmonton and see if that hail core is starting to grow. So many monitors here. Banana plays, Ethan said, Tornado and Lloydminster. I don't think so. Lloydminster's right here, and there's no tornadoes there at the moment. So you might have seen something on TV, but that is not specifically for Lloydminster. Lloydminster's okay right now. I want to go down here into Saskatchewan and take a look at this Cabri storm. 39% chance of severe hail on that particular storm. Our IW storm risk, unfortunately, only goes about as north as Calgary right now. It's using a lot of data from south of the border. And yeah, so we're trying to expand that further, probably up to 55. So that would include Edmonton and Saskatoon. That would be helpful. But as of right now, it pretty much goes up to about here. So, but it is a useful tool, and you can use this yourself if you subscribe to Instant Weather Pro, which you can do at instantweatherpro.com. We also have an incredible free app, which is called Instant Weather, and you can download that for free at instantweatherapp.com. If you use our free app, by the way, Instant Weather, or you use Instant Weather Pro, please let us know in the comments how you like it, what you'd like to see improved, how long you've been using it, all that kind of stuff. We'd appreciate your feedback. Let's see here. This one's pretty interesting. North of Kindersley, Saskatchewan. Starting to get quite dynamic here with the winds and moving very slowly. Interesting. And this one's starting to get a little bit of minor rotation on it as well here near I Hill, Salvador, Saskatchewan. Oh, yeah. That one is actually looking quite interesting. It's just northeast of the tornado watch that is in Alberta. Just northeast of it in Saskatchewan. Very close to it. This is southwest of Battleford. And it's slowly but surely not moving anywhere. Watch this radar animation and watch how little this is moving. Whoa, did you see the hail spike? Whoa, watch right here. See this right here? A 3-body hail spike. Okay, you can see how strong this is. 72.5 dBz. Denzil, Saskatchewan, probably just got smashed by some big-time hail here. We might want to keep an eye for everybody on the team. I want to keep an eye on the Saskatchewan Storm Reports page as well right now. I bet you we're seeing some big-time hail reports. You can tell this precipitation signature here isn't here until now, and you see just as that hail went really strong, that's a 3-body spike. That's what they call a hail spike, so you can really see it on radar. That is intense for sure. Mandy says, how can I see that on the website? If you're referring to Instant Weather Pro, then you can subscribe at instantweatherpro.com. And please be patient with Teresa while she adds you to the subscribers list, and then you'd be able to access this and check out all this radar in real time. We actually built this for the Northern Tornadoes Project out of Western University. It's for them to track and verify tornadoes and hail across Canada. And yeah, but then, of course, we use it for our team, and we've now offered it to everybody. It's been out for about, I think, now 2 years maybe. We've had Instant Weather Pro out. And yeah, I think it's probably, I'm a little biased because I helped build it, but I think it's probably the best radar suite you can get in Canada. Loads Canadian radar data faster than any other service, loads alerts faster than any other service. It includes our custom polygons for stuff like rotation or funnel cloud reports. As you can see, this orange polygon doesn't exist on any other app. It is only something that we've issued called Rotation Detected because of what we saw with that storm before the tornado warning was issued. And as you saw before, that funnel cloud report was here as well, and that is also available on the map. Let's see here. Yeah, so Edmonton's still under a a severe thunderstorm warning, mainly a hail risk. Could be a little bit of a flooding risk as well, too. Yeah. Yes. Tracy says, are you on YouTube? We absolutely are, actually. And we're trying to grow our YouTube channel. So if you are on YouTube, please come on over. Just search for Instant Weather. You can go to youtube.com/@ the @ symbol, Instant Weather, all one word. And hit the little subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and then you'll get notified when we go live. We mainly usually go live on YouTube, but when things get pretty intense, like, for example, a tornado watch, like right now, and a tornado warning, those are times we typically also go live on Facebook when things get really intense. But if you want to catch all of our live streams, jump over to our YouTube channel and hit subscribe. Excuse me. Okay, thank you for auto-refreshing that, Brennan. Appreciate it. You can see lots of little potent storms developing in southwestern Saskatchewan at the moment as well, too. And this one being the most potent with quite a hail core over Cabri. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Near Battram. Pretty intense. Let's see here. Morgan says, can I check on the Stettler storm again? I can, yeah. I'll go check on the tornado warned storm first. Let me just take a peek at it. Still got quite the hail core on it here. We're starting to actually rebuild some stronger rotation. So it kind of weakened. So let's actually go back and take a look at this. So the rotation was there. It started to weaken a bit. And now it's starting to kind of reorganize right here near Heart Lake. An interesting part of the storm as well, too. I don't know if it's turning into a bookend or something, but it's right here. It's starting to see a more organized rotation signature. It's kind of on tilt 2, not really tilt 3, not really tilt 4, but tilt 1 and tilt 2. We're seeing a little bit of rotation there, kind of broad rotation developing again on that particular storm. This does kind of have, it's still starting to kind of have a little bit of a hook again near Comet at the moment and Scapa, and there is a little bit of rotation there as well. Oh, we just got a new radar frame. Again, we get the radar frames faster than any other app from Canada, which is sweet. I think we are the only Canadian, other than maybe like Environment Canada's website, which doesn't really show you all the velocity data and that type of thing. But I think we're the only Canadian-built Pro Radar suite, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. The tornado warning goes all the way down east of Drumheller towards Rainbow, but those areas are not actually in the path of this particular storm. The only area in the path of the storm is Scapa and Comet. I'd be taking shelter in those areas right now. That storm looks really intense for them, and there is some kind of broad rotation in there. It's hard to see. It's a bit messy, but definitely a monster hail core on that storm for sure. Edmonton is under a severe thunderstorm warning as well, mainly for these storms in the east. And there is some development now in the southwest. So you can see this developing, kind of popping up with the storm. There's maybe some hail down here near, is it Beaumont? Beaumont. I can't pronounce anything properly, but.
Yeah, that's correct.
Beaumont, thank you. Yeah, Atlanta comes in and corrects me on that one. Appreciate it. Finally, after all these years, I'm starting to pronounce things correctly. We've only been doing this since 2013. So it's taking me a while. We've been streaming actually since 2015. Spicy says, next thing you know, you'll be like Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall's great. He's awesome. We've been live streaming since 2015. He started live streaming in 2021, I believe. I think about 2021. Yeah. So he's actually newer than us at it, but it's he's done fantastic stuff. He's got his like AI robot now, and it's pretty cool what he's put together. It's pretty awesome. He has to cover the U.S., which is intense. They get 1,200 tornadoes a year. That is not an easy task. It's rough enough for us trying to cover across Canada, but him covering the entire U.S. is a pretty monumental task. So kudos to him. And there's actually Evan Freiberger is amazing as well too down in the States. So if you're watching any storms down in the U.S., of course Reed Timmer, and also Max Velocity is really cool as well. So there's quite a few live streamers down in the States. They've got it covered. We've thought about going stateside in the past, but I think we're going to stick to Canada because it can get pretty intense up here, and there's enough going on down there. I don't like this rotation near Salvador here in Saskatchewan. It's really starting to get organized. Let me go to tilt 2. I think I'm going to send a polygon for these folks. Tilt 2 is not that amazing, but Tilt 1's really starting to come together. I think at minimum I'm going to go minor rotation and large hail on this one. It's moving slowly to the east, it looks like. Very slowly. There's definitely some flooding risk for Denzel on this one. These storms that are moving incredibly slowly, all of them have flooding risk, because especially in the concrete jungle of Edmonton, you just have so much, you have so little place for all that water to go. So flooding is certainly a problem for them. A lot of folks asking about Edmonton as well too. Yeah, mainly a hail risk. There is some wind risk, and there is some flooding risk for sure. Actually, it's probably mainly a flooding risk, but there's definitely some hail happening in Edmonton as well too. I do want to send a notification to our friends near Denzel, Saskatchewan at the moment on that particular storm, just because I do see some rotation there. So in the background, I'm just going to go send a notification on our notification system. Normally I show this on stream. I just didn't have it prepared. One sec. Let me see.
The western half of that tornado warning has ended.
Oh, perfect. That makes sense for sure. Awesome. Thank you. Big Time Kyle on Twitter has posted quarter-size hail north of Cesar, C-Z-A-R, Alberta. Got some decent Czar. Why am I turning it into Caesar? Anyways, maybe I'm hungry. That's probably it. Let's see here. Very possibly hungry. That's why I'm turning to Caesar. Maybe Caesar salad is what I was trying to get at. It's probably the case. Okay, I'm going to send a notification to our friends in Saskatchewan right now, because this is on the storm that is southwest of Battleford. Let me find it here. There we go. It is right near. It is just north of Salvador, moving quite slowly. I'm just going to do a polygon about yay big. You can't see it in the background, but I'm doing it right here. One sec. And I'm going to go minor rotation, large hail, and flooding risk on that one. On this storm near, was it Denzel? Yeah, D-E-N-Z-I-L. Denzel tracking slowly to the east. And the timing here is going to be, I believe it's the same, 6:01. Friday the 13th. Oh boy. Let's see here. Okay. It's good to me. Let's make sure the time. Okay, 6:01. Perfect. Okay, it looks good. And let me just send that out to the folks in the path of that one. Surprisingly, very rural area. Surprisingly, with 31 people that are about to get a notification from that one. If you'd like to get these free notifications from us, you can download our free app. You can go to the App Store or to the Google Play Store, and you can search instant weather. Two separate words, not Insta weather like Instagram, but instant weather. Two separate words. Okay. All right, I've sent that out. That should show up on this particular storm here. So still already under a severe thunderstorm warning, which is great. But we did want to get that point across about the minor rotation developing on that one. So still a tornado warning for Comet, Scapa, Garden Plain, Spondon, and Dowling areas. But it's become pretty small, which is good. Still a tornado watch just northeast of Drumheller. It just borders Drumheller. You can see this is pretty much the town line, I would assume, for Drumheller, and it's just north and east of there, all the way out to the Saskatchewan border. And you can see the polygon that I just drew around this particular storm. Let me back it up and grab the radar here so you can see on that. You can see that minor rotation. I said minor rotation, large hail, and flooding risk on that particular storm right there as it slowly moves to the east. Probably should have made it a little further south, but that's okay. Let's take a look at these storms here again in Saskatchewan. The Cabri storm, let's see what percentages we have here on IW storm risk. 10% tornado risk on that storm now, 11% severe wind risk, and 48% severe hail risk on that particular storm as it slowly moves to the east. I think mainly, I'd love to actually add to this flooding percentage risk. I think that would be quite useful because a lot of the time, we're worried about hail, we're worried about rotation, but sometimes the main story is the flooding with these storms that are moving super slow. Let's go take a look at the storm in Edmonton at the moment. And you can see it's still producing some hail. You can see in pink here. Let me tilt the camera here on Instant Weather Pro. Kind of useful to see a larger area. Beaumont, definitely getting into some hail here. A few frames of it at least as that storm continues to grow in intensity. If I swipe over to look at the wind looks boring, but but definitely the hail core is developing. 67 dBz. It's definitely building up in intensity. And as we fly through Edmonton here, you can see still some hail near Sherwood Industrial Estates, and there is some hail to the northeast as well here near Ackenside and south of Fort Sask, east of Highway 21. And so we do still have that storm there under a severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. And I wanted to take a look still. I wanted to keep an eye on this Innisfail Bowden storm. Interesting signature here off to the east of the storm itself. Let's take a look at the further away radar. Yeah, that signature we were looking at that we were a bit concerned with near Innisfail definitely got softer and weaker, so that's good news for sure. Worth watching, though, on these storms. Worth paying attention, especially with the tornado warned storm north of Hannah at the moment. And there is a storm southwest of Lloydminster as well that has developed near Park Farm. Let's see what it's, kind of started to pop up and slowly increase in intensity up here. Moving very slowly. These are very slowly moving storms, which makes me mainly concerned about the flooding risk. But of course, when you have large hail and rotation, that's not a good thing either. As you can see, the severe thunderstorm watch is quite expansive.
Adam,
yeah.
We've got tornado warning in Saskatchewan now.
Oh, on the storm that I put minor rotation on?
I believe so.
All right, let me hit refresh and see if we can get the latest polygon. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it's on the one south of it. Oh, okay.
It's in the one north of Kinsersley. Okay.
I wonder if there's a spotter on that one because the rotation doesn't look that spectacular, but maybe they're just going by these really high values here. 85 kilometers an hour, 84 versus 52. That could be a little bit of a weak couplet there. That's interesting. They went tornado warning there. There must be a spotter on that one. Seeing a funnel. Because radar is not really telling a super strong story on that one. So tornado warning north of Kindersley in Saskatchewan here, east of Colville, south of Millardale. I wonder if they're going to extend the tornado watch a little bit to kind of cover these storms because they look pretty potent. I would not be surprised. Lily says, is Red Deer okay? I believe so. Let me double check here. Sorry, I can't answer every comment that's like, is my area okay? You know what's even better? We've talked about this before. Instead of saying, is my area okay? If you said, this is happening in my area, the comment feed gets so much better, right? Because right now the comment feed is like, is Red Deer okay? Is Edmonton okay? Is Innisfail okay? It's all questions, but instead it can actually turn into quite a useful reporting feed where you say, it's raining here, it's clear here. I'm in Edmonton right now. There's a little bit of hail. These kind of reports just makes the comment feed so much better. And so instead of just this kind of question right here, Calgary area, question mark, you can say Calgary's clear right now. So far we're good. If you look at Calgary, actually, Calgary is just outside of this severe thunderstorm watch. So Calgary has no alerts at the moment, only our forecast, but no severe thunderstorm watch, no severe thunderstorm warning. So here we go, hailing in Red Deer. See, that's what I'm talking about, Blake. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Yeah, so if you could report in the comments, that would make life a lot better for everybody, especially everybody reading the comments. Lightseeker says there is a tornado warning for Hannah right now. Actually, there's not. So if you look here on the map, you probably received the tornado warning on your phone, and that's just because of the proximity. So Hannah is close enough to the tornado warning to receive the actual like Amber Alert style emergency alert to your phone, but you are actually not inside of the tornado warning. So if you see, this is the tornado warning here in red, right? And if you see Hannah right down here, you're not inside of the tornado warning. You're inside of the tornado watch, and perhaps that's what you meant. You're inside of a watch, but not the warning. Remember, the easiest way to remember which one is worse, just say this phrase: watch for a warning. You know, we can also put up like the muffin warning, the taco warning, and all that kind of stuff. But the simplest way is just watch for a warning. There we go. This is Environment Canada's one, the poutine watch, poutine warning. So when you have a watch, you've got the ingredients in place to potentially have severe weather. And when you have a warning, that means there's a bad storm. You need to take shelter now. So that's the difference between it. Poutine watch, poutine warning. But yeah, so there is actually no tornado warning for Hannah right now, Lightseeker. I appreciate the comment, though. Again, you probably got it on. Everybody's saying, great, now I'm hungry. You probably got it on your phone just because you're so close to the tornado warning, but Hannah is not inside the tornado warning. So actually a great way to test that and to figure it out is to download our free app and punch in your location. If it doesn't say tornado warning at the top of the app, chances are you're not inside of the tornado warning. You can download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. I'll put the link up here on the screen for everybody. Instantweatherapp.com. It is free. Go download it. And then when you're like, am I inside the tornado warning, or am I just near? Am I just close enough to the tornado warning to get it on my phone? And when you're trying to figure out those questions, you jump into our app, you type in Hannah, Alberta, you click it, it opens up. You look at the very top and you tap the alert bar. And actually, I'll just show you the process right now. By the way, Instant Weather Pro is coming to the app. That's what I have here right now, but it's basically done. So I'm excited about finally launching that. We're doing the last of a very detailed checklist of tests before we launch it, but we're pretty much ready to rock. Okay, so you go to the location page. I'm going to type Hannah, Alberta. You hit the little magnifying glass at the top right of the app. Okay, I typed Hannah, Alberta. There we go. Yes, I would like to enable notifications. There we go. Okay, so if you look here, okay, Hannah, Alberta, you see Tornado Watch, right? See Tornado Watch right there. And if you tap that, you'll see Tornado Watch. You'll see our forecast. You'll actually see the rotation detected because we did include Hannah. And you'll see that we're live right now, but there is no tornado warning for Hannah, Alberta. So a really useful thing to do is to download our free app, check to see what alerts your actual location is under. Not just what you received on your phone, but your actual location. I mean, of course, if you see a tornado warning on your phone, go seek shelter. And then when you get to the shelter, whether it's a basement or whatever it happens to be, interior room, do those things first. Then check your phone and see, oh, okay, I'm not actually in the tornado warning, right? Or I mean, you might want to do that while you're going to seek shelter before you go too deep into it. Yeah, okay, I can see what's going on here. So yeah, there's a decent little signature on the bottom of the storm. I have a feeling there was a report on this one. Let's see what the details say from Environment Canada.
Yeah, there was a report. Jenny Hagan was saying there was a possible brief touchdown.
Perfect. A funnel cloud has been reported with this storm. Okay, so that makes perfect sense because radar wasn't that spectacular. I was surprised that there was a tornado warning based on the lack of a mesocyclone on radar. But yeah, it looks like there was a report. And Jenny, okay, and she was saying that there was maybe a touchdown from that storm. So there you go. So she's probably on that one right now. Yeah, she's a big SK chaser, so she's probably on anything interesting that's happening right now. Of course, she's on that isolated supercell here north of Kindersley.
Well, if I remember correctly, she lives in the Kindersley area, so it's right in her backyard.
Oh, perfect. Well, then it makes sense she's on that storm. I still think what we posted about minor rotation on this Salvador storm, I might want to update that because it looks even more intense now. And it's strong on tilt 2. It's really strong on tilt 3. Yeah, this Salvador storm, I would not be surprised if Environment Canada issued a tornado warning on that one because it looks pretty intense right now. Like, look at that. That signature is getting a lot more solid. I'm going to go and update that polygon because it is looking super intense at the moment. Let me see here. Just want to make sure I go a little bit further south this time because I was a little bit off last time. And it is looking like tornado potential on that one. I think I'm going to go tornado potential because it's just such a rock solid signature on that particular storm. Okay, I'm going to go orange tornado potential with this storm near, and where is it again? Is it still in the same spot? Oh, Salvador. Storm near, storm over Salvador. Tracking slowly to the east. Definitely still a flooding risk on that and a large hail risk, but this one's pretty intense. So what time is it now? 6:14. Perfect. Okay, I'm sending that notification out right now. 100 folks in that area now, that polygon I created, so that's a bit more. 6:14 looks good to me. Yeah, that one looks pretty intense, so I'm updating that polygon because this is starting to look real solid. Yep. Uh-huh. And this is starting to look a little more interesting now as well. Which one's the closer radar here? I think the closer radar actually is Radisson. And now this signature is starting to really kick it up. Yeah, this is really taking a turn. If these are real values, that's 157 okay, that's 157 kilometers on one side of the VROT. On the other side is, let's see here. Okay, so that is still, they're all in the negative. So you can't really turn that into VROT. But if you go from this is in the positive, 43. But still seeing winds of if that is noise, that would be better than if that was real. If that was real, those are intense signatures. 154 on tilt 2. Eek. Yeah, really strong values in that cell. And that's the one that Jenny said had a funnel cloud and potentially touchdown. So Environment Canada in that tornado warning. That's why it's really good to read the details of the tornado warning. A thunderstorm that is possibly producing a tornado. A funnel cloud has been reported with this storm. So, yeah. So they're saying spotter has seen a funnel cloud on that storm. And this is east of Colville, Saskatchewan at the moment. And the signature there is looking pretty intense. Oh, boy. So let's go back and take a look at the tornado warning northeast of Hannah. Now there's 2 cells actually inside of this. There's one up by Scapa, and there's one down here south of Spondon. And so now we have a new cell popping up just west of Hannah. Thankfully, I'm not seeing anything strong as far as rotation is concerned, but that's actually really starting to develop from basically nothing. You know, just a little rain shower has started to turn into a much more organized cell, slowly moving to the northeast here. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at the Bowdoin cell again. The winds don't look too intense on that one. Let's take a look at the Edmonton cell. Still seeing some little tiny hints of hail in pink, mainly some torrential rain. Let's animate this for a bit. I could see definitely there'd be some flooding near Sherwood Park because that storm has just constantly, and northeast of Beaumont. Yeah, it is just, the rain is just not going anywhere. These storms are parked. They are slowly moving, and that is a problem for flooding. Absolutely a big problem for flooding. Little isolated cell here, southwest of Lloydminster at the moment. Near Park Farm, and that's starting to get a little something going on here. Yeah, a few frames of little broad rotation there, the red versus the green. So the red is the winds are moving away from the radar, and the green, when you see the minus number, means the winds are moving back towards the radar. So away from the radar, towards the radar, away towards, and that's why we can see rotation. And yeah, that's starting to pick it up here. 128 kilometers an hour versus 55. Yeah, that's starting to pick it up as a little isolated supercell there. You can see my new polygon here in orange showing tornado potential on this particular storm. Yeah, it's really starting to kick it up a notch as well. Let's take a look at it and see if we have a new... Yeah, this Salvador storm. is really starting to kick it up a notch here. I'm glad I made this polygon larger. The hail core is definitely a problem, and flooding is definitely a problem, but this storm is looking pretty nasty. So is this one, of course. That's under a tornado warning near Beaufield, northeast of Kindersley. We had a funnel cloud reported on that one. And we have this storm here, these storms here, west of Swift Current. That one actually had a little signature there near Verlo, although when I swipe back and forth, it's not spectacular. And those are slowly moving to the northeast as well. They may actually miss Swift Current. They're trying to move to the east the same time they're moving northeast. As you can see by the arrows here, they're trying to push east. This one's a little more accurate right there, the Cabri. It's trying to push east at the moment. The tornado percentage has gone down on that particular storm. But yeah, a big outflow boundary here. You can see on raw radar data, this outflow boundary actually moving to the north and northwest and spawning some pretty potent stuff here. Storm south of the border, that looks decent. But it looks like it's moving. Oh, it's actually kind of moving to the northeast, so that may cross the international border at some point in time. Maybe well south of Regina here towards Grasslands National Park, potentially. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, tornado watch, tornado warnings. It's turning into a busy little evening here in parts of Alberta and Saskatchewan. Southwestern Saskatchewan and central Alberta looking quite interesting at the moment. We hope everybody's staying safe with these storms. Some of those hail reports looked pretty spectacular. I just saw a report of a funnel cloud in Onaway. Where's Onaway? We're going to find out. I'm going to search it. Onoway. Onaway, Alberta. Okay. Okay. Funnel cloud reported. I'm going to... Oh, yeah. Little storm right there. And it looks like non-supercell because there's no rotation at all, but that's a pretty clear funnel cloud reported in Onaway right now. So I'm going to post a funnel cloud reported polygon here for the Onaway area. Let me do that in the background here. Give me a second. Oh boy. Busy times. Where's Onaway again? Let's see here. Northwest of Edmonton. Northwest of Carval. Let me just take a look in the background here. Here's Red Deer, Edmonton. Let me find Onaway. Okay, I got it. Which way is the storm moving? It's on its way slightly to the east. Actually moving due east. I'm going to extend that all the way towards northwestern Edmonton at the moment. Okay. Funnel cloud reported in Onaway. Tracking slowly to the east. And the time here is 6:22. It looks like a fairly large funnel cloud. I'll just say funnel cloud. A funnel cloud is reported in Onaway, tracking slowly to the east. I'm going to send it out to 2,163 people. Yes, Elena?
Just saying we got another tornado watch for the Wainwright area.
Okay. Makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, so funnel cloud just reported on Twitter, really not that long ago, of a funnel cloud on that Onaway storm, which is northwest of Edmonton. I see. So they extended it to this particular storm. Yeah, this was the storm I was looking at earlier. There's so many storms to deal with right now. And it was looking pretty interesting. So that obviously they've extended it to that one. Let's see what radar is the best to look at this. Yeah, this one right here. This Park Farm storm, I think, is probably why. Yeah, the tornado watch has been extended up there. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, I mean, the last frame looked better than this one. but I think they're keeping a close eye on that one as well. Let me hit refresh here on Instant Weather Pro. Instant Weather Pro is a website, by the way, so you can actually just use it on your computer, which is useful. Actually, pretty much use it on any device, like a tablet or a phone or a computer. And the nice thing about using it on a computer is that you can have multiple tabs. So, when things are really busy, I'll have like 3 different radars up, and it'll just be 3 different Chrome tabs. So it's quite useful for that purpose. But yeah, Onaway, funnel cloud reported in Onaway, slowly moving to the east. Excuse me. You can see it's moving to the east, almost southeast. So that's why I did this polygon like this. It's going that way, excuse me, towards to Bilby, Calahoo. Yeah, and maybe towards northwest Edmonton.
Already reports of flooding south side of Edmonton and in the southeast as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the Sherwood Park, I'm sure, is flooded by now. Those storms have just been nonstop over that area. Thank you, Lana. Oh boy, folks. Flooding, rotation, funnel clouds, tornado warnings, giant hail. It's Friday the 13th. That Salvador storm, I'm telling you. If that doesn't produce something, I'd be surprised. That thing's looking nasty. Still tornado warning northeast of Kindersley, Saskatchewan as well. And still seeing some pretty potent storms west of Swift Current. This one's starting to look interesting right here. Hello. Right near Hazlitt. Definitely seeing rotation in that storm. 2% tornado risk there, but that may have not updated since the last. Yeah, this is looking a little more legit. Let's go tilt 2. Oh, it's there. Tilt 3. Yeah, that is looking a little more interesting. Definitely seeing some minor rotation right here east of Hazlitt, Saskatchewan, which is northwest of Swift Current. I think I'm going to go minor on that one because that looks interesting. And which way is it going here? Let's see. It's going northeast. And that's definitely got some. If you're in Roseray, Saskatchewan, and Fosterton, I'd be keeping a close eye on that one right there as it tracks northeast towards you. It's looking pretty potent at the moment. Oh, the tornado percentage went up to 3 there. All right, new polygon time. It's polygon time, everybody. Okay, latest update looks even more interesting. Huh. Okay. All right, then. Let's find Swift Current on the map. Okay. And let's find Hazlitt. There you are. Okay. Highlight this particular storm. That's the one right there. Okay. And it's going to the northeast. Very slowly. Okay, I'm going to go minor rotation on that one. On this storm near Hazlitt. Located northwest of Swift. Current tracking to the northeast. And the timing is going to be 6:27. Okay. 232 people in that rural part of Saskatchewan I'm about to notify. Thank you to everyone who downloads our free app and sends it out to their friends and family. Allows us to get these notifications out super quick to everybody. As instantly as we can. A little bit of rotation on that Cabri storm as well, too. That'll actually be inside of my polygon. Oh, wow, that came up on the map fast. That's the polygon I just made. And you can see that Cabri storm also has a little bit of a signature there. Looks like the tornado warning on the Kindersley storm has been shrunken a bit. They've cut the west side of it here. Even though the storm is still... I see. They're more focused on this right here. Let's see. Yeah, it's slowly moving to the northeast. Let's see what's happening on our Salvador storm. Oh, my goodness. The signature on this thing is just ridiculous. Tilt 4 is ridiculous. Tilt 4 is higher up in the storm, so tilt 1 is as close to the surface as possible. Still quite high above the surface, but it's close. Then tilt 2 is a bit higher, tilt 3 is a bit higher, tilt 4 is a bit higher. That goes all the way up to tilt 17. And we do have that data. We're going to add it in Sim Weather Pro. It's pretty low down the priority list right now because most people just look at tilt 1 to 4, but it's useful sometimes. Like when a storm gets really close to the radar station, the only way to see if it's rotating is to actually look at like tilt 12 or 15, like to actually look straight up at the storm. That's the only way you can see if it's rotating. So when storms get really close to radars, that's when it's quite useful to have some really, really high tilt data available. But yeah, this Salvador storm in Saskatchewan, though, I mean, look at this signature. This thing is dynamically rotating. Like, I can just imagine standing in Salvador right now. Probably not want to be outside. I'm concerned about that storm. It's got quite a signature on it at the moment. Looks like the tornado warning has been dropped, the one northeast of Hannah. They're just under a tornado watch at this point now, which is good. We did update the speed of when the polygons update in Sim Weather Pro. They were updating a little bit slower before because we were doing some experimenting with caching, but we have sped them up quite a bit. So I think it's within 20 or 30 seconds they update. So that should be a lot faster to see the latest updates here on the map. And then we're actually eventually we're gonna make it so it'll be a push instead of a pull. Right now we pull for the data every 30 seconds, I believe, but eventually it's going to be a push. So the millisecond that alert gets issued, the new polygon will be on the map. So that'll be also an improvement as well. Let's go take a look at a storm that had a funnel cloud report near Onaway. Let's see here. Quite a busy evening, folks. Oh boy, I'm just going to jump into the comments and see what everybody's talking about. Lots of folks asking about their area. Again, if you can let us know what's happening in your area, it's so much more useful for the comment feed. Instead of the comment feed just being like, what's happening in Calgary? What's happening here? What's happening here? You probably live in those locations, so you can actually tell us and the rest of the community what's happening in your area. So you could say, literally nothing's happening in Calgary right now, which based on radar, there's nothing going on in Calgary. You are not inside of the severe thunderstorm watch. It looks like some of the severe thunderstorm watch has ended. I believe Strathmore was under a severe thunderstorm watch, but they are not now. Looks like they've kind of ended the southern side of some of this watch. Yeah, so if you, again, if you're in your area, which you probably are, if you could let us know what you're experiencing, if it's safe to do so, that would be useful. I do see some rotation near Battram as well here on that Cabri storm, starting to show a few signs of rotation. Let's see what it's doing on tilt 2. Oh, it's there. Tilt 3. Come on. Let's go tilt 4. Tilt 2, tilt 3, tilt 4. Oh, it was just loading in a radar frame. That's why I did that. Okay, tilt 1 looks weaker now, which is good. Still some minor rotation on those storms northwest of Swift Current. Not too strong. Just a little bit of minor rotation on those particular ones. Let's go take a look at our El Salvador. Our Salvador storm in Saskatchewan, looking still quite dynamic. Not as impressive as the last frame, but still quite a dynamic little storm with some decent hail there. And the one above Hannah, I think it's about time for me to drop that first polygon that I notified. Brennan beat me to the funnel cloud report for northwest of Edmonton earlier. Good job, Brennan. But I think it's about time to scrap this rotation detected. I'll give it a couple more frames and then drop that. Again, we did have a report of a funnel cloud in Onaway, which is northwest of Edmonton, and that storm is slowly moving east towards Bilby, eventually Calahoo, and we'll see what it does as it slowly tracks to the east. Looks like we do have some flooding reports in Edmonton. That would make sense because I mean, these storms are just continuing to develop and slowly push to the east over Edmonton. Some hail as well, too, in there. Again, please let us know what you're experiencing. Sean says North Battleford just got a severe thunderstorm watch. Makes perfect sense. Thank you very much. Look at that report right there. That's quite the wall cloud from Laramidia storm chasers. Looking at from 6:28 p.m. looking northwest from north of Bon Air near Hannah, as you saw right there. That's quite a wall cloud for sure. You can see that right there. I'm looking the wrong way. It would make more sense if I was looking this way, but I'd have to invert my head. But yeah, I'm looking at this monitor, which has that report. And that's quite a wall cloud. So a wall cloud is typically what precedes a funnel cloud. And a funnel cloud is what precedes a tornado. So it has to touch the ground to be a tornado. It has to be a funnel cloud to be a funnel cloud. It has to be a wall cloud to show that the storm is starting to rotate. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah. And that's happening at 6:28. So that was 6 minutes ago. So still worth paying attention to these storms that are near Hannah. So still seeing a wall cloud on these particular storms here near Hannah, Alberta. And where did she say she was? In Bonner? B-O-N-A-R? Bonaire? Where is that? Let's see here. I'll search for it. B-O-N-A-R? Alberta. Let me search for that here in the background. I see, right here. So it must be this storm, the Alness storm that they're on. Interesting. Radar doesn't look too spectacular on that one, so we'll keep an eye on it. Still tornado watch in place for parts of central Alberta. The western side of the tornado watch has been ended. We still have the eastern side of the tornado watch that goes right up to the Saskatchewan border, and it has been extended a little bit to the north. We do have now a severe thunderstorm watch for North Battleford. So quite an extensive severe thunderstorm watch across a big swath of central Alberta and southwestern Saskatchewan. Let's go take a look at this tornado warning here, northeast of Kindersley. Still quite the signature on that storm. Still looking quite dynamic. It is slowly but surely moving to the northeast towards Winslow area, Plenty area as well. That is looking interesting. And we still have our quite dynamic storm near Salvador as well. And that is looking quite potent too. So we continue to watch these storms. I did want to keep an eye on this particular storm east of Park Farm, as it was looking quite dynamic. They did extend the tornado watch to cover that. Underneath this yellow here is the tornado watch to cover that particular storm. So there's that. What's happening down here near Medicine Hat? Anything interesting? A couple storms popping east of Medicine Hat, just inside the Saskatchewan border near Hatton. Likely off of this big outflow boundary, you can see it's actually moving. There's two outflow boundaries here. This one's moving to the east. This one's moving to the northwest. So this outflow boundary is about to interact with these cells. So that'll be interesting to see what happens to them as this outflow boundary interacts with that. Starting to, oh, okay. We just got a new radar update. Let me see what's new and exciting. Okay, we still have a little bit of rotation here northeast of Cabri, Saskatchewan. And what's happening down here near Rosary? Oh, sorry, Rosary. Let's see if we got a new frame. They all come out basically at the same time. Salvador storm still looking quite dynamic. It continues to shift. Mainly a hail risk on that one now, but it's still looking quite interesting. I might drop the tornado potential polygon and just leave the minor rotation just based on what I'm seeing there. I'll give it another frame until I make that decision. Hope everybody's staying safe again. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Looks like between Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, we have 813 people joining us. We appreciate you hanging out. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Innisfail looks like lots of lightning, but nothing too spectacular as far as data is concerned. Oh, haha. Blake says funnel clouds in Red Deer East Side. Funnel clouds. Anytime someone says funnel clouds, it always makes me think that they're just seeing probably some scud. You know, when they say funnel clouds, and it just usually is a bunch of dangling scud clouds down from the so it looks like there's, you know, there could be several funnels, but they're all not really strongly rotating, that type of thing. Thank you for that report, though. I appreciate it. Blake, if you could, if there was a legit funnel cloud, unless there's like two large funnel clouds, that would be a different story. We have had that in the past. But Blake, if there's a photo of it, if you could send us a photo of that, that would be helpful. Connor says funnel cloud in Edmonton. That's not great. Connor, can you send us, if it's safe to do so, can you actually post on our storm reporting group? So if you go to Alberta Storm Reports on Facebook, I see you are on Facebook. Connor, if you could go to Alberta Storm Reports, join the group and post a photo or a video, preferably video. If you can even do a short little clip, it just, we can see the rotation better. If it's safe to do so, can you share that report? Oh, Cabri is pronounced Cabri. Thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate that correction. So many town names I've absolutely just destroyed the pronunciation of. So, yeah, but it's Cabri. Thank you very much. If only things were pronounced the way they were written, that would be helpful. If it was written Kaybree, that would be helpful. But of course, that's never the case. The case is always make it as difficult for me as I possibly can, or as they possibly can. I can try if I can see it still. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you were able to get a photo of it, and you can put it on Alberta Storm Reports, that would be quite helpful. And of course, we have another reporting group called Saskatchewan Storm Reports. So if you're in Saskatchewan and you see something worth mentioning, you can definitely share it to the group. And it's a great place to also see reports from other members of the community. If Facebook is showing actually funnel cloud in Edmonton, like currently, Ms. Esri says everyone has a report group. Do you mean by everyone? Do you mean every province? So yeah, we have one for Alberta, one for Saskatchewan, one for Manitoba, one for Ontario, one for Atlantic Canada. We still need to launch one for Quebec and one for BC, and then one for the territories as well too. That's in the longer term goal. Working on it slowly but surely. Thank you for the report from Calgary. I appreciate that. See, again, if you can report what's happening in your area, the comment feed becomes so much more useful. Because when I'm reading through it, instead of me just reading like what's happening in my area, you're in your area and you can tell us what's happening in your area if it's safe to do so. So much better. Because I don't live in your area, but you live in your area. So it's much easier if you just tell us what you're experiencing, right? Caitlin says, virtue weather. It's happening. Thank you for your patience. Had a couple of bottlenecks, but we'll get there. I believe the correct term is soon. But that's all I can give you right now, soon. Or do you mean I should load it up right? I could load it up right now. Soon trademark. Connor says that the funnel cloud he was seeing has lifted. Still rotation though in parts of Alberta. Thank you very much. West end of Edmonton, still nada, not even wind. Thank you very much for the report. Appreciate it. Allison says, I live in Meadows, south side of Edmonton, currently thundering and pouring. Any flooding going on? Because it looks like this precipitation over Edmonton is just not leaving. It's trying to, but then it's like, watch it right here. It's starting to build again. It just doesn't want to go away. We did have a funnel cloud report over by Onaway, but that storm that produced that is starting to weaken as it tracks east towards Bilby. So that's good news. Will they expand the severe thunderstorm watch? That's hard to say. That's up to Environment Canada. It's possible, based on this environment. As long as these storms continue strong, it's very possible they'll continue extending the watches. Looks like the tornado warning for the areas northeast of Kindersley, near Winslow and Doddsland, has ended. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning at this point now. Let's see if they mention a tornado risk. No, I think they took that right out. Yeah, they took that out. This storm here near Salvador is still quite dynamic with quite a strong hail core. It continues to slowly move to the east. Our thoughts are with those in the path of that, especially if they have farms just getting pummeled by hail nonstop. It's brutal. This Roseray area, seeing a little bit of rotation on the south side of that storm. It is the same. It is still in my minor rotation polygon from earlier, and so I'll leave that one for now. Isabel said, saw no rotation in northwest Edmonton, just some wispies and smooth clouds. Thank you very much. Yeah, just some scud probably. Connor says, my radar has some rotation near Ardroson. I'll take a look here. One sec. How do you spell that? Ardroson, Alberta? Ardroson, Alberta? Ardroson? Let's see here. Last time I looked at that, I didn't see much, but let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a little something. Hey, good eye there, Connor. Appreciate it. There's a little something. There's a little minor rotation there. I see what you're talking about. Whoops. Yeah, actually, it was there. It's been there for a couple frames, right there and there. I see it. Let's go to tilt 2. All right, we like Connor. Connor's useful. This is east of Sherwood Park, and there is a little bit of minor rotation there. I see it, yeah. It's been there for a couple frames. It's pretty weak. If you look at the overall values of it, there's a little bit of a hook there. If you look at the overall values, like minus 24 to 32, so 50 something, it's 50 kilometers an hour, so it's not super strong rotation, but there's definitely something going on there.
Adam, you might need to refresh your radar because you got the copyright showing up.
Ah, what the heck? Why did that even happen? Do I even have that on my... Oh, that's weird. Oh, I think I hit like a hotkey and that put a text box on top. So if I turn this off like that, okay.
There you go.
That's weird. Thank you. Appreciate that. Got the map box copyright coming up on the screen. I thought you were going to say I didn't have the latest radar data. I'm like, what? I got the latest. Okay. No, I got the latest radar. That does have a little hook, though. There's something going on right here. I like Connor. Connor seems useful. Oh, pronounce Ardroson. Ardroson. Oh, thank you, Daryl. I love when people phonetically spell stuff out. It makes life so much easier. Ardroson. Ah, what was I saying? Ardroson? Well, there's an O. I don't know where to get this A from. Why can't things be spelt like they sound? Please, someone go correct everything and make it so I can just phonetically read it. I'll just have to ask like ChatGPT how to pronounce things from now on. Or Alana. Alana GPT is much better. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a little hook there, though. When are we getting a new radar update? That's from 6:42, and it's 6:47, so in like a minute. All right, I'm going to pre-make a polygon, though, just because of my friend Connor here. My new best friend, Connor. Let's see. This is basically eastern Edmonton. There's a little bit of a hook on that cell near Ardroson. That's right. Did I get it? Let me know if I got it. Ardrossan? I think I got it. Okay, I'm going to draw a little polygon around Ardrossan. I'm going to draw a polygon around Ardrossan. Thank you. I'll be here all night. And I just want to make sure that I've got that ready for the minor rotation. Let's see. Ardrossan. How come it's spelled S-A-N, but it's pronounced S-O-N? Why? Why do they do this to me? Ardrossan. Oh, new update. Still see a hook? No, that was a new update. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, wah, 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 wah. So the hookish shape is still kind of remaining, but the velocity has gone to... There's a little something, something. There's a little less of something, and there's a one of those situations. So, our Drossens are built different, is all. Yeah, that's right. Ms. Esri says, I'm waiting for Adam's pronunciation guide to Canadian Towns book. Yeah, it'll be titled, I'm reading them how they're spelt. Starting to weaken. Thanks, Connor. Yep, I agree. Starting to weaken for sure. Rachel says, is Spruce Grove safe for a tornado? That's an interesting question. Is it safe for a tornado? Or do you mean is there no tornado risk? I'm assuming you mean there's no tornado risk. Like, is there no tornado risk? But then also I'm like, is it safe for a tornado? So if there was a tornado, is there like a tornado shelter there? It's a slightly tricky question. There's some broad rotation down here near Luma. Broad rotation and quite the hail core. Oh boy. East of Beaumont. Beaumont's been pummeled by hail a few times now. And now a new hail core has just popped up northeastern Beaumont. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. 1 second here. There's so much stuff to do in the background. That's a decent little hail core northwest of Luma. And there's a hail core coming over towards Carvel. And there's a tornado watch still northeast of Drumheller. And there's some pretty dynamic storms over here in Saskatchewan as well, too. See, this storm, though, I'm telling you, this Salvador storm, I keep coming back to 142 kilometers an hour versus 28. Right at the hail core. This might be like a classic really strong hail meso, but boy oh boy, that storm looks dynamic. It looks strong. I would not want to be northeast of Salvador, Saskatchewan right now near Grass Lake getting pummeled by hail and whatever's happening under here. This is a pretty nasty looking storm. Still under a severe thunderstorm warning. This one down here near Winslow is still severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning has been downgraded there. Tornado warning was downgraded here northeast of Hanna. Currently no tornado warnings at the moment. A few storms worth keeping an eye on, though, that's for sure. Every time we get new radar data, I got to fly around to all the different locations and take a look and see what's up. Interesting. And I'm using Instant Weather Pro, by the way. If you would like to subscribe, you can do so at instantweatherpro.com. Yes. It is, it's like $99 for the year, which works out to $8 something a month, I believe. And I think it's a pretty awesome suite of radar tools that we've built for Canada. Pretty powerful stuff. But if you can't afford $99 a year, that's totally understandable. And we have an incredible free app you can get at instantweatherapp.com as well, too. You can download that. I'll put the link at the bottom of the screen, instantweatherapp.com. It is free. It is quite useful. You still get notifications when we highlight polygons. We were just talking about something today in our team chat. I'm not going to name names here, but there is a company south of the border that they issue their own alerts. Let's just put it that way. They issue their own alerts, but they only do it for businesses or large companies. And we talked about it today in the team chat, and I said, never, ever, ever. Like, we send out our own notifications for rotating storms or for funnel cloud reports or for, these types of things. and we make it free. And no matter what ever happens, we will never put that behind a paywall. There is no way that we could sleep at night if we were putting notifications that could potentially save someone's life behind a paywall, an expensive pay. It's not even like a cheap paywall this company is charging. And they're like boasting about it. They're like, if you get our super duper alert system, whatever they're calling it, they're like, we've notified all these tornadoes that nobody else has. And it's like, yeah, but you didn't send it to everybody. And they have a hugely popular app. I'm not going to name names. You might be able to figure it out. But they're like so proud of the fact that they notify all these tornadoes that the National Weather Service doesn't, but they charge an exorbitant amount of money for it. Exorbitant? Did I pronounce that right? Alana, did I pronounce exorbitant right? She probably left. She's had enough of my shenanigans. It's okay. Anybody in the comments, did I pronounce that word right? I think so. Ardrasen. That's right. I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ben says, is Ardrasen going to get bad, like tornado bad? I don't think so. It looks like it has weakened a bit. Phoebe says X or by tant. Exorbitant. Did I say it wrong? Anyways, let's just say they charge too much money. I can't believe they charge money for it. Like, why not just send it to everybody? If you have like a team of meteorologists sitting around notifying storms that maybe the National Weather Service didn't see, why wouldn't you send that out to everybody? Like, am I out to lunch here? Does this not make sense? Please tell me in the comments how do you feel about that? Like, we would never put that behind a paywall. Whoa. Yeah, this storm still looks potent. This Salvador, Saskatchewan storm still looks absolutely strong. Probably the strongest storm we're looking at right now. Slowly but surely moving east towards Tramping Lake and Revenue. Tramping Lake, Taco, Scott area. And Caitlin says the Ryan Hall effect, it's all about the money. I'm not even talking about Ryan. I'm talking about some giant American corporation. But anyways, I think Ryan is also doing his own notifications now. I hope he's not charging for them, but I think it's possible that he is. I mean, he puts them out on his live stream, right? So at least you can see them there. Phoebe says, just trying to help. I appreciate what you're doing for us. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it, Phoebe. I love the fact that you're phonetically spelling stuff for me. That's great. Yeah, that just boggles the mind. It's like, I just couldn't sleep at night. Like, if we knew that there was a really strong rotation, let's say there was no tornado warning, right? On a really, like, say there's clearly a tornado. Radar is nuclear. Radar looks off the hook. We're getting reports of damage. We're getting reports of funnel clouds on that storm. And let's just say for some reason, it has happened in the past, but for some reason, there's no tornado warning on that storm, right? And we post, our polygon tornado potential for that area. And there's like 10,000 people there. But let's say I clicked the little box that said, only for our business partners and not for the thousands of people in the path of that storm. Like, how can you sleep at night? That's ridiculous. I don't understand. Anyways, that's the way they want to run their business. I guess that's the way they do it. So, but that just blows my mind. Like, yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Vivian says, paying for a notifications that can save a life. Exactly. So anyways, back to that topic. Download our free app. And if we see something like rotation or a funnel cloud reported, like we just posted from Onaway, we just saw that funnel cloud reported, and we'll create this polygon here. And if you're in this polygon, you'll get a notification instantly on our app for free. forever. As long as we can continue to freely run the app, we're never charging for that. I'd rather shut down the company than charge for notifications like that. That's just how I feel about it. And that's just the way it is. So at no charge, I might add, says Kevin. Yeah, at no charge. No extra charge. Spare no expense. I love that line from Jurassic Park. We spare no expense. Okay, continuing to watch these storms in southwestern Saskatchewan. Actually, this storm, remember we were talking about the one that was close to the border, it's trying to use its passport here. Let's click on a U.S. radar and see what's going on down here. Does it have a passport? Let's see. Oh, it might. It might have it. Oh, no, it's trying to move to the right, but the whole storm is expanding to the northeast. Right down here, just southwest of Swift Current. South of Swift Current, right at the Grasslands National Park area of Saskatchewan. Couple of decent little storms kind of trying to toe the line into our area. They may or may not have an updated passport. We'll find out as we see their path. Let's see here. Still a severe thunderstorm warning near Spondon. Is it Spondon? I can't pronounce anything, but I think it's Spondon, northeast of Hannah. This polygon that I have is probably going away. Looks like it's about time. Say goodbye to the rotation detected. We got that rotation detected polygon out quite early, actually. I saw that radar frame and I posted that polygon right away. And then a few minutes later, I think we posted it like 512? Let's see what it says. Yeah, 512. And then at 520 something, the tornado warning was issued for that one. It did get pretty strong on the next frame after that, so that makes perfect sense. Why Environment Canada acted on that one. Still looking at some hail near Beaumont. And still probably, there's got to be some flooding in eastern Edmonton. I think we've already heard reports about it, but most likely some spared no expense is endearing until you remember Hammond got nommed by a bunch of tiny lizards in the book. Aren't they more like birds than lizards? Anyways, we won't get into that. I digress. But yeah, that's just a funny line. Let's see here. Nom, nom, nom. I continue to watch radar. That's what we do. This is still the most potent storm by far. Salvador, Saskatchewan, slowly but surely moving to the east. This thing continues to just be the most potent supercell we're watching right now. Quite dynamic. Definitely some rotation there. Heading towards Tramping Lake, Scott, Revenue, Wilkie. Oh, is that an update? That is an update. Still going. Still looking dynamic. Quite a cell there. Take a look at the Cold Lake radar. See if we can get a different perspective on some of these storms. Carvel. Take a look at the Edmonton stuff here. There's Ardrossan. That's right. I finally know how to pronounce it because of the wonderful folks in our comment thread. This Cooking Lake area has a little bit of rotation now. A little bit. It's very, very soft. It's right on the edge of this hook here. A little bit of a hook. It's kind of messy, but look at tilt 2, tilt 3. And when you look higher up in the storm, you can kind of see, is this just kind of like a bit of a convergence, or is this actually rotating? And higher up in the storm doesn't look that compelling, so we'll keep an eye on that one for the next frame here. SPC Niagara says, new sub here. Thank you so much. Appreciate the you subscribing to our channel. Thank you kindly. If you are watching us on YouTube, we'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. If not, you can even just a like button would be cool. You know, try to help like the YouTube algorithm show our stuff to more people. But yeah, we'd appreciate if you hit subscribe. And if you really want to know when we're live streaming and tracking storms across Canada, you can hit the notification bell as well too. That would be helpful. Let's see here. A lot of folks asking about their area. If you want to know if you're going to see storms today, I would download our free app. It's called Instant Weather. You can download it for free. It looks like this. Instant Weather. Hold on a second. There we go. Instant Weather. Looks like this. You can see 15-day forecast. You can tap on these and see like the details. You can go to the hourly feature and you can like scroll all the different hours and see, when actually for 10 days, 10-day hourly on there. It's a pretty useful app. And then again, we can notify you if something dangerous is coming your way. Ms. Esri says, question, when storms start to spin, do they spin from the top down or from the bottom up? That depends. If it was like a land spout situation, then that's kind of from like surface-based rotation. So that's kind of bottom up. But in the case of a supercell, it's typically top down. Typically, you see upper level rotation. Like there have been times before where if we look at the higher tilts of radar, you can actually see the top of the storm starting to spin. And then you see the rotation come down to tilt 3, and then it comes down to tilt 2, and then it comes down to tilt 1, and then we get a funnel cloud report like that. That's pretty much top down is how it goes. Usually. Sometimes you can have just low level shear where the top of the storm is pretty boring, but we start to see some tight rotation at the bottom. So it's not always. It's different with every storm. It all depends if there's a lot of upper level support. Like if it's a classic tornado setup, then you've got deep wind shear, so all the way up the length of the storm, and you start to see the stretching and tilting, right? So you see the different wind speeds at different directions starting to create these horizontal vortices, and then as the storm starts to tilt them towards the ground, that's how you get a funnel cloud. So it gets pretty interesting there. Give me just one sec. I will be right back with you. Okay, I am back. Wow. Some of the hail reports from earlier are preposterous, especially the ones in Victor. Victor, Alberta looks pretty wild. Pretty wild indeed. This is kind of a funny situation here. Let me show you. 1 second here. This is funny where the color of the polygon for the tornado watch happens to almost be, I think it's almost exactly the color of this velocity signature. So from a distance, I was like, why does the tornado watch look so weird? Why is it doing this? And then I realized, oh, that's just the velocity color. It's not exact, but it's sure close. That looked weird for a second. It looks like we just got a radar update. Better go take a look around. Let's see what's happening south of Ardrossan. Is it Ardrossan or Ardrossan? Ardrossan. Let me know in the comments. Ardrossan. I think it's Ardrossan. Tammy says, app is the best. Thank you so much, Tammy. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. What I was looking at down here near Cooking Lake, excuse me. There's still something going on right there. A little bit of something. Tilt 2 kind of has it. Tilt 3 actually kind of has it. There's a tiny bit of minor rotation down by Cooking Lake. I'm still not that convinced by it. It's still worth watching. Ardrossan. Son or son? Son. Ardrossan. You probably say it fast, right? So it's like Ardrossan. live down here near Ardrossan. Ardrossan. This is actually interesting over here near Antler Lake. Interesting. Yeah, there's still a little bit of dynamic stuff going on there, but nothing too spectacular. Edmonton's still under severe thunderstorm warning at this point in time. The Beaumont hail continues to kick it up. Sun. Ardrossan, like your son. Ardrossan. Connor says, am I able to see velocity on the app? If it's our free app, Instant Weather, then no, only reflectivity. But if you have this, which is Instant Weather Pro, actually, let me back this up so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is actually what it looks like here. Instant Weather Pro, you can change the tilt, the product's reflectivity. You can change the speed really easy here at the bottom left, which you can't see. You can change the amount of frames up to 50 frames of animation. You can go from split mode where you can swipe back and forth. You can go to dual mode where you can see it on both sides. And you can go to single mode where you just look at one product at a time. I like split mode because then I can swipe back and forth and kind of.
Adam, there's a new tornado warning. Oh, we came out at the same time.
That was in like stereo. That was impressive. Oh, hey, look at that! I knew this storm. I've been talking about this storm all night. Not all night, but tornado warning for the Salvador storm. If you are in Grass Lake, if you're in Reward, Sunny Glen, you know what I think happened? I bet you watch this. I bet you I know what happened. I bet you Jenny drove north. Let's see here. Is there any report? No. Thunderstorm is possibly producing a tornado. Yada, yada, yada. Severe thunderstorm is located 10 kilometers northeast of Salvador, moving east at 20 kilometers an hour. In the path is Reward. Hazards also include quarter to toonie-size hail, wind gusts of 90 kilometers an hour, and nothing about a funnel cloud report. I have a feeling, just based on the proximity of the last one, I have a feeling Jenny abandoned this storm, drove north, and came up to this storm, and then maybe phoned it in. But they don't say anything about a funnel cloud report on that particular one yet. We'll see what happens. That might be like the cookie cutter details, and then they might update it to say that let's say that Jenny actually reported a funnel cloud maybe on that one. Ardrossan. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ardrossan. Ardrossan or Ardrossan? Do you really like draw out the draw? Is it Ardrossan or Ardrossan? I'm getting schooled here on how to pronounce Ardrossan. Connor, I don't think for Canada, no. For the U.S., there's a few different things that are pretty cool, but I don't think for Canada there's free velocity. I think you'd have to subscribe to one of the apps or Instant Weather Pro for that matter. Draw out the dro. Draw out the dro. But you said it's Drossan, not Drossen. So is it Ardrossan? Draw out the dro. Do you mean draw out the draw?
It's time to move on from trying to pronounce that. Kind of hyper fixated on it for like 15 minutes.
I can't stop until I know exactly how to pronounce it. So can somebody send us a video? Can somebody send us a video?
No, absolutely not.
No, I don't mean like on reports page. I mean in our email, so I know how to pronounce it, please. Thank you. Send it to help@instantweather.ca. Exactly how you pronounce Ardrossan. Or just tell me if I got it right. Ardrossan. Is that right? Ardrossan.
I hope you can hear my eyes rolling right now.
I can. They're sloshing around in there. I can hear it. Nina says Ross, like the name. Okay, that makes sense to me. I'll move on. Let's go take a look at the radar. Looks like there's a storm up here by Ardrossan. Alana and Brennan are probably going to destroy me at some point in time. Still hail by Beaumont, which I do pronounce correctly. Thank you. Cooking Lake. I can't mess that one up. Why can't they all be as easy as Cooking Lake? Life would be grand. Okay, let's see here. Tracking storms was so much easier before we started live streaming back in 2015. No one ever had an issue with my pronunciation then. Tornado warning is the only tornado warning right now is in Saskatchewan. Northeast is Salvador near Grass Lake, Sunny Glen, Tramping Lake, Revenue. It's slowly moving to the east. I'm surprised Okay, let's see if they've updated. Did they update the details? No updated details. I'm surprised that this is just now under a tornado warning because it looked way more dynamic earlier. But maybe it was that. It was probably that. No, that's been a while. I don't know. Anyways, tornado warning on that cell. Pretty nasty isolated cell. Still the strongest that we've seen. Glad I left that tornado potential on it because, of course, now we have a tornado warning. So, yeah, if you're in Grass Lake, I'd be taking shelter with that one. Tramping Lake, slowly heading your way. Sunny Glen, that's about it for right now. Eventually, maybe up towards Taco and Scott, and maybe over towards Revenue. But currently, slowly moving east of Macklin, Saskatchewan. DJ Tech says, I think Windy app does velocity. They don't do raw velocity for Canada. Pretty confident in that one. Shauna. That's pretty funny. Oh, see here, this is good. These are details. I know I'm still on this topic, so it's, oh my goodness. Look at that hail report. Sorry, I'm getting distracted easily. Look at that hail report in Beaumont. Oh my goodness. There's just a boatload of hail happening in Beaumont. Oh my goodness, that's wild.
I swear, I'm gonna get you a shot collar.
Sean says used to trap for farmers in Ardrossan, and it is sand, not sun. That's what I was asking. So it would be Ardrossan. Ardrossan. Sand, not sun. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. That is some detailed stuff right there. I like that. That's great. Rotation over Drumheller, says Connor. I like this Connor fella. He's on the ball, actually. This is good. Rotation over Drumheller. Let me take a look. There's literally nothing happening over Drumheller at the moment. Okay. What are you talking about, Sean? Or sorry, Connor? No, Sean's got the good pronunciation. My bad. Connor. Rotation over Drumheller. There's no storms over Drumheller right now. What? Connor? Connor did so good for so long, and then this happened. Do you mean you... What? What do you mean Drumheller? There's nothing there. What are you talking about, Connor? Connor says, never mind. Okay, all right. Were you looking at an old frame? You might have been looking at an old frame or something. It happens. It happens. It's okay. So much promise. My radar was too far ahead. Okay. What about Red Deer, says Megan? Nothing happening much in Red Deer. There's some rain. You're good. You're good.
Can you fix the zoom on your radar, Adam?
Oh, thank you, Brennan. I knew as soon as I clicked it that I would forget, and then you'd have to tell me about it. I knew it. Is it about time for me to get rid of this polygon? What do you think? I think so. All right. The Hannah polygon is going bye-bye. Let me see here. It's the earliest one, the 512 one. I think so. Is that 512? Yeah, 512. Okay. That one's going bye-bye. That's the one that preceded the original tornado warning. And let's see here. We had that funnel cloud report over by Onaway, but that storm has fizzled into basically nothing. I think it might be time to get rid of that one too. The Onaway storm has fizzled right out.
They've extended the tornado warning.
Oh,
for the east.
This Beaumont cluster is really starting to kind of kick it up a notch here. Antler Lake. That's looking interesting. We got to keep an eye on that. It's southeast of some location that I'm not going to mention. Not going to mention that location because obviously I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, they extended it to the east? Okay, so they extended it to Revenue and Scott. Is that the eastern extension? Let me hit F5 and refresh it. Okay. Yeah, I guess it was just, oh yeah, it was just a square before, right? And they just kind of put this little extension on it. Makes sense. Yeah, that storm's still by far the most dynamic of the day, at least of this current time period. This used to be under tornado warning, but is not anymore near Winslow, just a severe thunderstorm warning. And we still have these storms down here. I was going to take a look at what those storms are going to do off of that outflow boundary, but I never got a chance to look back down. Obviously not much. Didn't seem to affect them that much. Sometimes outflow boundary hits a storm and it just explodes and gets way stronger. Sometimes it just does nothing. All depends. Nothing happened too much in Calgary. Calgary looks good south of the severe thunderstorm watch. So not inside the severe thunderstorm watch. So Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, Calgary, Strathmore, Brooks, all these areas are not, I repeat, not inside the severe thunderstorm watch. The severe thunderstorm watch is to the north. I'm surprised it goes all the way this far to the west. I have a feeling that would probably be scrapped at some point, as most of the action's kind of moving off to the east, but that's up to Environment Canada to end that side of it. What's the special weather statement? Oh, the special weather statement was for funnel clouds. So why are they doing special weather statement for funnel clouds now as opposed to a funnel cloud advisory? Have you noticed that, Brendan? There was 2 of them this year that were normally we have funnel cloud advisories. It's a weather advisory with the mention of a funnel cloud risk. But now they're going special weather statement. Good thing we have that logic in place, though. So we still mention, if a special weather statement mentions funnel cloud, we still put that in there. But yeah, that's strange. We're using special weather statements for that now instead of a funnel cloud advisory. So that's a little different than previous years, but maybe they've just decided to change that. Or maybe that's just like that forecaster just decided to use special weather statement instead of funnel cloud advisory. I don't know. I feel like advisories would be more something less severe, and maybe a special weather statement for a funnel cloud situation makes more sense, you know? Because funnel clouds, that's pretty special, you know, whereas special weather statements are just used for like, there's going to be 30 millimeters of rain, special weather statement. Like maybe use that, maybe use a advisory for something less severe and use the special weather statement for something more severe, because it sounds special and often it's not. Just my 2 cents there. Looks like storms have started to actually develop more to the west in Edmonton here at the moment. Yeah, as we heard some reports there of lightning, thunder, and heavy rain, and now it looks like there's a little bit of hail down near Westbrook Estates, Greenfield. We can go pretty far, actually. We can go kind of like street level here. This is obviously somebody's, pardon the flashing there. This is, you can kind of, in Instant Weather Pro, you can get right down to street level, which is kind of cool. See literally every house. Gets a little, when you try to tilt it like that, it got a little flashy. I should probably have tilted it before I did that on screen, but yeah, you can pretty much see every building, which is kind of cool. Oh, getting flashy again, sorry, my bad. But yeah, where were we? Taking a look at southern Edmonton. Nice to see all that detail. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Wow. Connor's saying that this is what Connor's saying. I didn't mean to bring it back up, but Connor's saying that our Drawson has around 195 millimeters of rain. Oh my goodness. We need to add that actually to Instant Weather Pro, is the accumulated precipitation product. We can definitely do that. It's on the list. It's just, there's so many other things on the list, but Tilo's laughing at me. Reg said when I zoomed in that far, he thought he pictured someone being on a toilet. No, I can't zoom inside of people's houses unless they're on a toilet outside and we had really high-res satellite imagery. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's possible. But hey, stranger things have happened. Who knows? We could zoom into an outhouse. We could zoom into like a porta potty kind of thing. Light hail in southwestern Edmonton. Thank you, Mr. Duckman. Appreciate it. Love the name. Klopp says, can you check up all around the globe, or is it just the U.S.? Well, we're in Canada. We're actually checking Canada right now. We're not even checking the U.S. But yeah, I mean, you can go anywhere in the world on Instant Weather Pro. We don't have the data everywhere in the world, but you can. Our data is mainly Canada and the U.S. here. But we plan to expand it to, wherever else you want to go. I guess that's Russia. You don't want to go over there. Let's see here. Mongolia? Philippines? Yeah, you could zoom in anywhere in the world. And, this is just Mapbox, right? So let's go like Australia. Let's go Brisbane, Australia really quick just to see. Can we get street level? I think we can. Yeah, we can definitely get street level. And can we get right down to individual buildings? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. No, not individual buildings in Australia yet. One day. All right, let me get back really quick by just clicking on Ardrossan. There we go.
Yeah, the shot caller has to come out.
Well, there was a question in the comments. I answered it, Brendan. I can't help myself. Okay. I'm going to keep that area saved so I can bring it back up all the time. Now that I know it's bugging you. Still tornado warning in place for areas northeast of Salvador. Saskatchewan at the moment. Grass Lake, Tramping Lake, Revenue area, still moving very slowly to the northeast. That storm is pretty much the most dynamic we have at the moment. There are some decent other storms that we're dealing with here, but none of them are as potent as that particular storm. Not seeing anything super strong as far as rotation's concerned. Let's take a look here and see what's happening in that severe thunderstorm warning northeast of Hannah. That's an interesting little 1 pixel rotation near Kirkpatrick Lake right here. Interesting. Let's go to tilt 2, tilt 3, tilt 4. Oh, we must be getting a new radar update. It's 718 and it's 25. Yeah, actually we are. Oh, you can see it pulsing here. You can't see it pulsing, but when you have Instant Weather Pro at the very top left of the screen, you see a little green box that says live, and it has a little pulsing indicator. That means you're going to get a new radar frame soon. So when it's pulsing, that means it's updating the new radar data. But yeah, still seeing a little bit of small hail down near, let's see, Haddo area, Ledger area at Terwilliger Drive and 23rd Avenue northwest of Edmonton. And there's a little bit down here still near northeast of Beaumont. It looked like it snowed in Beaumont. Some of those reports, just a sheet of hail on the ground. I don't think they were too big, but it definitely looked like a boatload of hail fell in Beaumont area. A boatload in Beaumont. Yeah, I think it's about that time, Brendan. What do you think? I think I'm probably gonna. We got a new update. We got an update on the tornado warn storm. There's something going on. It's not as dynamic as it looked before, but there's still something going on. It is starting to weaken a little bit, though. I think it's probably about that time. Things were pretty exciting there for a bit, but I think they have actually dialed down quite a bit. I think probably we're going to shut down the stream, but we'll definitely continue to watch these storms and see if they're looking interesting. And of course, if they are looking potent, we will be posting about them. And if there are any more alerts, I don't know if you're familiar with our Facebook pages. We have Alberta Storm Watch. We have Saskatchewan Storm Watch. We've got basically a Storm Watch page for Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario. And then we have Instant Weather, British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, Newfoundland. And then we actually have instant weather pages for the 3 territories as well, too. So we've got all of those pages. And what we do automatically is the millisecond that instant weather issues, the millisecond that Environment Canada issues a watch, a warning, a statement, or an advisory, we take that data, we create a Google map of it, we put all the details into a post, and we automatically post it to the pages. Many, many years ago, we used to do it by hand. That was frustrating, especially with, there'd be like a time like miss a tornado warning or something like that. And it's just like pulling your hair out. Like, I can't believe we, in the middle of the night, we missed a tornado warning that was in like Manitoba or something like that. And then I said, we need to build a system. So we built a very intricate and a robust system to automatically post Environment Canada alerts to the Facebook pages. Then we took that same system and we built our app. So it's the same system that powers the app called Instant Weather. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. And and that's how we're able to automatically post to Facebook and automatically notify folks that are using our app. So so we have, and we actually, we're going into the weeds a little bit here, but this is actually an important thing that we do that differentiates us from every other weather app out there. Most weather apps say, what town are you in? What city are you in? So let's say you say, I'm in Edmonton. They look for alerts for Edmonton and they send you alerts for Edmonton. Whereas we actually use exact GPS location. So we use exact lat-long points so that you know exactly if your location is inside of a particular alert. And right now, it doesn't matter so much that Environment Canada alerts are kind of county-based, and they're city and county-based. But eventually, and they're working on the system, they're about to launch it this year, but they're delaying it one more season. They're probably going to launch it next year. And it's storm-based alerts. And the thing that what we've already built is going to separate us big time from the other apps, because we actually we use your exact pinpointed location to determine if you're inside of an alert. So it's not like, are you just somewhere in the city of Edmonton? No, you're in the southeastern side of Edmonton. A storm-based alert might only highlight southeastern Edmonton, and then you'll get a notification from us because we've already built that system. So I think other apps are going to have to adapt, and it's going to be a bit trickier for them. But for us, we automatically have that system in place, which is very important. So that's also how we're able to do our custom notifications, because we just draw a polygon on the map, and everyone who is inside of that polygon gets that notification. So it's very, very narrow and isolated and specific. So it's not this big broad, like, anybody in this county is getting a notification. It's, are you actually potentially in the path of that storm? That's when you get a notification from us. So I think it's pretty important stuff. And that's why we do it that way. So anyways, yeah. I hope everybody stayed safe today. I hope you continue to stay safe. Tana Bear says, does Instant Weather Pro come with an Instant Weather Pro for Dummies book? Actually, yeah. Teresa and her team has built a whole page, a frequently asked questions page, which she goes through every feature. And I've put together a video too of how to use it. So if you subscribe, we send you a video. I need to update that video because it's pretty old now. But yeah, we definitely send a video out. We send a whole bunch of different links for what features it has, how to use those features, frequently asked questions. And of course, you can always just email me or ask, you can email us in the team or ask, message the team and try to, if you're having a question about some of the features and that type of thing, and we can try to help you out. So, but yeah, we should probably, I should probably do an updated video. I'd actually like to do a video series. I'll probably do it on YouTube, a video series where I go through every feature individually. Maybe I'll do like one big long video, and then I'll chop that up into, how to do the swipe feature, how to do, how to enable alerts, how to change your different features on Instant Weather Pro. So that's a good question. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, Caitlin says you should load the MT Storm in Virtual Weather. Hold on, let me just take a look at it here. I'll load it in Instant Weather Pro for right now. I'm not gonna load Virtual Weather just right now. Still seeing that tornado warning near Grass Lake. If you are in that area, I would definitely be taking shelter. Probably some flooding in there because that storm has barely moved over the past hour. Let's take a look at this one down here. Oh yeah, that's a beast. This storm in Montana looking pretty beastly. Let's see what 44% total severe risk, 15% severe wind risk. And this is something you can also get on Instant Weather Pro, which is quite useful. And again, it goes up to about Calgary, a little bit north of Regina. And eventually we will extend it up to Edmonton. It's going to take time, but we're working on it slowly but surely. Rhonda says golf ball size hail in Hannah. Yeah, there was some pretty near Victor mainly. Victor was pretty much where it was. There's some pretty big time hail earlier in that area for sure. But yeah, there's still tornado watch in eastern central Alberta, and still one tornado warning in Saskatchewan. We're going to continue to watch those. They're slowly but surely calming down. We'll see. This one might still have a chance to pick it up here towards Tramping Lake and Revenue. I'm going to keep a close eye on that storm for sure, and keep a close eye on what's happening up here in Edmonton, as there is a severe thunderstorm warning still. The main risk, I think, for Edmonton is going to be flooding, just because there's been nonstop precipitation, especially in the east side of Edmonton, so that's a bit of a problem there. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on these storms as well. Please keep your reports coming in. If you are if you're on Facebook, join Alberta Storm Reports. It's almost, I think it's close, but it's like 200,000 people now. It's pretty close to 200,000 people in that group. We have Saskatchewan Storm Reports, and it's exploded too. I think it's almost 100K, or maybe more now. But anyways, yeah, I think it was 70, 80 last time I took a look. But yeah. So if you're in Saskatchewan or Alberta, please join our reporting groups there. Saskatchewan Storm Reports, Alberta Storm Reports. If you're in Manitoba, Manitoba Storm Reports. If you're in Ontario, Ontario Storm Reports. And if you're in Atlantic Canada, we have one group for all of Atlantic Canada, which is called Atlantic Canada Storm Reports. So jump on those groups, please and thank you. Send in your reports. We'd appreciate it. And yeah, I think I'm going to shut down the stream for now. We've been going for 2 hours. But we will continue to watch these storms closely. And if we see something substantial, then we will definitely notify you via our free app. And one more time, you can see the link at the bottom of the screen, instantweatherapp.com. Or just go to the App Store and type in Instant Weather. You can see the kind of like white and blue icon at the top of the screen up here. It looks like that, just IW. And yeah, and thank you so much to everybody who has joined us on the live stream. Thank you, Brendan, for your help. Thank you, Alana, for your help. Appreciate it. Thank you to everybody on the team. There's so many names to mention, but Patricia, Lindsay, Cole, Liam, Cody, Kyle. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you kindly. Oh, becoming a new member, actually. Sorry. Jay Cunningham. Is that Jay Cunningham? The Jay Cunningham, I think you are. If that is, what's up? And thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. We appreciate it. Thank you kindly. And again, if you're not on our YouTube channel, we're trying to grow the YouTube channel, so please come on over to YouTube, type Instant Weather, 2 separate words, INSTANT, weather. Type that in. You'll find our YouTube channel. It's got about 30,000 subscribers or so. Jump on there, hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Hit the bell button to get notified when we go live. And thank you so much, everybody. We will talk to you very soon, and stay safe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.